Hey guys, what's going on and welcome to a brand new video. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you do like the video so it helps to get out to more people. Subscribe if you haven't already and leave a comment down below your thoughts on Daniel Farke. Now, I thought I'd make this video. This is probably the last video I'm going to do. Maybe I'll do one more before, of course, we come back after the international break. I just wanted to make a video just talking about Daniel Farke and why personally I think he should be given the chance in the next 4 fixtures. Now, LUFC data have put up a thing that doesn't look good if you're a Leeds United fan. Opponents facing Leeds United have the highest conversion rate in the Premier League in the 25-26 season with a 17.24%. So basically, we're basically the team that teams basically score against the most in their conversions, which isn't great. That's not a great rating. Leeds' conversion rate is the second lowest in the top flight with 7.58% this season, ahead over only Wolves with a 6.67%. So that's not looking good, but I don't put that all down to Daniel Farke. Now, when you look at the top one and you see the highest conversion rate against us, basically, meaning that, teams are more likely to score against us with less shots than other teams, which is wild. I'm looking at the defense for that, especially in recent times as well. We talked about how the midfield have just been invisible and gone missing and leaving space open in the box for players to just basically tap it in, cut back tapping. I mean, in the last 2 games, we've seen basically that where someone's just been open in the box. Someone's just been open in the box for a simple shot and a simple tap in, or a simple shot, no one around him, no pressure, no nothing. We've seen that about 5 times in the last 2 games. I would say maybe 4 times actually, 4 times in the last 2 games minimum, and it's just not good enough. And that's why people's got higher conversion rate against us than any other team is because of that. It's because we're just leaving players open in the box. Now, I don't put that all down to Daniel Farke, as I said. I put that down to the defense, especially the midfield defending-wise, because it just feels like, as we went through yesterday talking about the goals, Stack goes missing, Longstaff has gone missing, Ampadu's gone missing. These 3 players in the midfield, even when Tanaka played, he wasn't great at it either. He was just as bad. So the midfielders just seem to just not be there defensively to stop the shots and stop it from being like an easy tap-in, basically, which is frustrating. Maybe you do have to look at Farke for that. But it's one of those things where I'm looking at the players. I'm looking at Biol in the defense, just ball-watching for like 2 weeks in a row. Just ball-watching. Like, what are you doing? I've looked at Ampadu, who's looked poor in the last couple of games. He's looked poor compared to how he started the season, how good he was at the start of the season. He stopped going into challenges like he was at the start of the season. Same with Longstaff. You look at that performance against Newcastle where he was just banging every tackle, trying to win the ball back, physical. The physicality in this team has seemed to just disappeared in the midfield with Longstaff, with Ampadu, with Stack, with Tanaka. Whoever starts, it seems like it just feels like it's disappeared. That's all I'm saying. It just feels like the strength that we had in being that dominant midfield team that's gonna, you're gonna get the ball, we're gonna body you off it's just disappeared. It just feels like that's what's disappeared this season in the last couple of games, which is so confusing why that just disappeared, because that's what we were really good at. Now, the reason why I'm going to give Daniel Farke the next 4 games, we have a very, very difficult run, by the way, in the next 4. We got Villa, Man City, then we got Chelsea and Liverpool. Now, 3 of the 4 are home games. And Daniel Farke talked about how the last 4 games, he had 3 away games and saying how that was difficult. Okay, Farke, if you say that was difficult and you had 3 away games, now you have 3 home games in the next 4. Man City, I don't expect us to do anything. I think we're going to get battered against them. But Aston Villa at home, I know Villa just off the back of beating Bournemouth 4-0. But they're beatable at Ellen Road. At Ellen Road, they are beatable. Then you look at the other 2 home games we've got. We've got Chelsea, who they could be on they could be on it or they could be off it. They're kind of a team that, like, some days they're on it and they're amazing, and some days they're off it and they're gettable. They are gettable if you can get at them on the right day. Liverpool this season haven't played well. So the 3 are the next 4 games that are at home. You look at it and you go, Villa, there's a possibility we can get a point. Chelsea, we could win that because Chelsea have been pretty poor. Like, they're poor and then they're great. They're kind of like a team that they'll either show up or they won't. And then you got Liverpool, who've been poor this season. So 3 of the 4 teams, in my opinion, are gettable. Like, we can get at them. And I think Daniel Farke should be given these 4 games. If he's going to talk about the fact of, well, 3 of the last 4 have been away games, then he should get these 3 out of 4 home games. And then if it's not working, then I think we should sack him. Now, I could honestly say after the Chelsea game, maybe we should sack him. Like, if it's not going well and say we get battered like 4-0 by City and we lose 3-0 against Villa. Actually, I kind of think if we lose 3-0 against Villa, he might be gone after that. But I'm just going to give him these next couple of games. because I feel bad because Farke has done so well for Leeds United, you know, getting us promoted, 190 points. And then you see people say things like, well, that was his job. That was what he's supposed to do. It was easy. I could have done that. No, you couldn't. No, you couldn't. Not any, and then people say any manager could have done that. Any manager could have got that team out the championship. Oh, he failed with Rutger Gray and Somerville. Are we going to forget the context of Somerville went missing for the last 3-4 months and was shit? Like, are we going to forget the context of players went missing in that season, especially when we got to the business end in the playoffs? Like, Somerville might as well not even have showed up in that playoff final. The only player that showed up in that playoff final was Dan James. That was it, and he came off the bench. Like, you got to use context and use how we played and, like, how the players kind of fell off at the end of that season. They fell off. You know, and you look at that and you go, you can't just say that, oh, it was easy for Farke, you know, to get us promoted. And you should have done it the first season. Probably with the players we had, probably should have got it promoted when you look at the squad on paper. But when you look at the squad not on paper and off the performances, especially, as I said, at the back end of the season when we lost 4-0 to QPR, and then you had a bunch of results that weren't going well, and then you have the playoff final where none of them showed up, you can't put that all on Farke. You put that on the players as well. Now, I understand that the last couple of games has not been good for Daniel Farke and for Leeds United. Like, we've been poor. You know, we lost 3-1 to Nottingham Forest, 3-0 to Brighton. Before then, we lost 2-0 to Burnley. That was before, of course, we won 2-1 against West Ham. Then we lost 2-0 to Burnley. Before then was a 2-1 loss as well to Spurs. So, yeah, it's not been great, has it? We've won legit 1 in our last 5. Maybe it's even further back if we can go check. Yeah, we won 1 in our last 6, basically. 1 win, 1 draw in our last 6. And that's not good. Like, people say that's not good, but that's probably where you should be for a relegation battling team. Just a thought. And then the points per game thing. I understand people saying things like, well, the teams we played have been easier than the ones we've got now. But as long as we keep that points per game, look, these players could show up against the big teams. These players could show up at home against Aston Villa. In my opinion, Daniel Farke should be given at least the Aston Villa game. I know I said the next 4 games because I'm willing to give him the next 4 because I think he can turn this around. I believe he can turn this around. Because it seemed like every time Daniel Farke in his Leeds United career as our manager, every time there's been like people saying, oh, maybe we should sack him. Oh, it's not going well. Oh, it's turning a little bit. He always seems to get a result. You know, he always seems to get a result when he needs one. You know what I mean? Even in the championship when we lost like 1 game, or maybe we lost 1 and drew 1, and then we're like, oh, we need a result now. Maybe we should sack Farke if he doesn't get a result. He would always get a result when it was needed. You know what I mean? He would always get a result when it was needed. So this is why I'm giving him the chance, and I'm backing him to get that result that we do need against Aston Villa. You know, because I look at that Aston Villa, because I look at the next 4, right? It's basically right off Man City. That's what it is. It's right off Man City, but the other 3, you got to at least get 4 points, in my opinion, in the next 4 games, I think. You got to at least get 4 points against Chelsea, Liverpool, and Aston Villa. At least. And I'm giving him that chance. And if he does get 4 points, he keeps his job, in my opinion. Now, I know people have different opinions and want him out now, but I just feel like this is not the time. If you get a new manager in now, and this is another reason why I do want Farke to get given a chance, just because if you bring in a new manager now and he goes, loss against Villa, loss against City, loss against Chelsea, loss against Liverpool, and say we lost all 4 under the new manager, whoever it is, I don't know who it would be, but whoever it is, just say we did that, right, and we lost 4. Would the confidence of the players be shot, basically, with the new manager? Or do you bring in the new manager when we have Brentford, Palace, Sunderland, and then after that, what do we got? We got Brentford, Palace, Sunderland, then we got Liverpool, Man United, Newcastle, Fulham, and then Everton. But that run is easier than the next 4 that we have, you know. The next 4 after this 4, the next 4, you know. Brentford, Palace, Sunderland, Liverpool, for me, is an easier run. You could expect more points than out of Villa, City, Chelsea, Liverpool, which is why I'm going to say give Farke the chance. And then if it's not going well and we've lost all 4, or probably if we lose the next 2 and we're poor, if we're very poor against Aston Villa, I could see him being sacked then. But I think he should be given at least up to the Chelsea game minimum. But yeah, if it's not working out and we have to sack him, I'd rather a new manager come in with the hopes of a new manager bounce. Like the hopes of a new manager bounce for your Brentford, Palace, and Sunderland. There's more likely to be a manager bounce in those 3 games than there is for Villa, City, Chelsea, Liverpool. It just feels like there's more of a chance of a manager bounce. So that's why I would give Farke a chance just to see if he can turn it around in the next couple of games. I understand people want him out already, but I'm getting close. That's the thing. I am getting close to saying I want Farke out because it's just not working. And the thing is, I'm someone who's going to be like, Farke, you got to go, but I'm going to give respect to you for what you did for the club. You got us back in the Premier League. You got us promoted. You did your job. You did a well done. So you leave with my blessing. Thank you. It's one of those things about I'm not angry at Farke because he's done so well for us. I understand. I've seen people say stuff like, get him out of the club. He's never been good. He's never done anything good. He got us back to the Premier League. That's what frustrates me. He got us back to the Premier League, and people act like any manager could have done that job. No, they couldn't. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I just wanted to make a quick video just basically talking about my thoughts on Daniel Farke and why I would be giving him a chance in the next 4. Yeah, so let me know what you think in the comments down below. Are you Daniel Farke in or out? Let me know your reasoning in the comments down below. I want to know reasoning as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.